thought on the day that the BBC had those astronomical salaries revealed? You know, the ones by Gary Lineker, over £1 million a year for doing a programme a week. Zoe Ball for hosting a breakfast show, over £1 million a year. You know, those eye-watering salaries. They may have wanted to keep underground a little bit. After all, they've still got their ongoing battles alongside the ex-BBC reporter Martin Bashir, with his failings having to be paid out in the thousands also to certain charities and, of course, associated members of the British monarchy. What's interesting here though is, oh no, they decided on that particular day to let this particular report go out on Primetime. It centres on the Women's Football League and simply the fact that they did well, they won, and more importantly, sadly for them, particularly the BBC reporter, all the participants were white.
An historic 8-goal victory for England last night as the Lionesses secured their place in the quarter-finals, but all starting 11 players and the 5 substitutes that came onto the pitch were all white, and that does point towards a lack of diversity in the women's game in England, and it's something that Alex Scott has been investigating.
That's right, and this was part of a pre-report by the BBC reporter Alex Scott. Now, according to the BBC people, they sanctioned the script, they knew exactly what the reporter was going to say, and more importantly, apparently they're even happy with this. Now, I don't know about you, but doesn't just this really create diversity, you know? It makes people split into two camps. Look, it's like saying, why are there no white players in the Nigerian football team? Simply because they're not. End of story. But by highlighting this, it really does make people sit up, take notice, for all the wrong reasons. But again, the man at the top of the BBC, the Director General, Tim Davie, believes that this is the way forward, and more importantly is happy to broadcast this on prime time. Now, I actually feel sorry for the reporter because she's getting quite a bit of a pile-on, as they say, the troll media world. But then again, she would have known the script in advance and must have agreed to it. But what's happening now on a bigger note is this. The BBC really are putting out their own propaganda, and more importantly, you are paying for it. But of course, the difference between the BBC and the streaming giants is, if you don't like what they're putting out, then you can simply, well, stop paying for it. The other part with the BBC is this. If you don't pay for it, then you could face jail, because that's what they're trying to do if you don't want to pay your BBC licence fee. But surely the people who are paying your wages must have a say in this too. As ever, I'd love to know what you think to this particular breaking story coming out of London today. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.